collective responsibility for the media because we are facing a national process for which the media plays a very critical role. Our release is as follows, following the proclamation of the date of the 2023 elections by His Excellency, the President, Dr. E.D. Mnangagwa. The upcoming election is an opportunity for Zimbabweans to exercise their constitutional right to choose their representatives. In line with this constitutional mandate, the ZMC is taking important steps to ensure that the media plays its role in the upcoming elections. The Commission is the regulator of the media industry in Zimbabwe, whose functions include the duty to uphold, promote, and develop freedom of the media, to promote and enforce good practices and ethics in the media, and to promote fair competition and diversity in the media. Regarding the upcoming elections, ladies and gentlemen, the Commission is particularly interested in seeing a professional and responsible media which promotes free flow of information and content, which enables our citizens to make informed choices and informed decisions. Elections should not divide us. Different choices do not diminish our connectivity. We are still Zimbabweans, one family, driven by shared hopes, dreams, aspirations, and we share a common history. The media, as the fourth estate, is expected to provide a communication platform between the contestants and the voters. By providing such a platform for public debate, scrutiny, and informing the public of the policies of candidates and political parties, the media enables voters to judge for themselves and make informed decisions when they cast their votes or ballots. The ability of voters to make informed choices is one of the key aspects of a democratic electoral process. The media provides a platform for debate among candidates by allowing candidates to communicate their messages to the electorate and reporting on campaigning developments. The role of the media should be to inform voters on how to exercise their rights and monitor the electoral process. In line with the provisions of the Electoral Act, the Zimbabwe Electoral Commission will soon be setting up a media monitoring committee to monitor the coverage of the 2023 harmonized general elections. The committee is comprised of the ZEC, the Zimbabwe Media Commission, and the Broadcasting Authority of Zimbabwe, BAS. The committee is chaired by ZEC and is required to produce a report, which is an addendum to the main elections report. In line with these legal requirements, the ZMC has already begun processes to capacitate the media players to play their role efficiently, professionally, and effectively. The Commission has already launched an elections reporting and peace journalism manual. Among other issues, the manual deals with the following: peace reporting, violence and conflict resolution, safety of journalists, elections and women, elections and the youth, the conduct of the media when covering political activities. The manual is being distributed across the country to media practitioners, and this is being done in tandem with training journalists who are going to cover the electoral process. ZMC will train 1,000 journalists on peace and conflict-sensitive journalism. The Commission is also interested in enhancing the security of journalists during the elections period. To that end, the Commission will engage in different stakeholders to have an appreciation of the work that journalists do. We therefore call upon stakeholders to respect the profession, allow journalists to work without undue hindrances and encumbrances. Similarly, we call upon our media players to conduct themselves professionally. This is not the time for agenda-driven journalism. Fake news, misinformation, disinformation, and other examples of poor journalism have no place in a functional democracy. Hate speech is abhorrent and cannot be acceptable. So is body shaming. To enhance the safety of journalists during this period, the Commission has procured press jackets for all practitioners who will be covering the elections. The jackets will enhance the visibility of journalists and that they will be easily identifiable. We take this opportunity, ladies and gentlemen, to launch this press jacket today. That's our press jacket. That's right, that's our press jacket. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, the only way we can defend and enhance our profession is by sticking to the cardinal principles of the profession. The profession is a science based on facts. This being the case, we call upon all to respect the sanctity of facts. With these few remarks, I want to thank you for coming for this press release. You know, our stakeholders are getting their free press jackets.
Practitioners who are in the trenches themselves and who with some experiences of covering elections before.
Thank you, sir, for that question. I think the principal director addressed that question very, efficiently and eloquently. PD, Mr. Shinamura.
We sat down, we engaged a consultant, we went around engaging stakeholders in the industry, and the draft manual was as a result of those consultations. And after the first draft was produced, it went through a validation process. And a workshop was held in Tare last year in November, where all stakeholders, media stakeholders, were invited to validate the manual. So the manual, in essence, is a product of the media itself, because it went through that process in terms of consultations and also in terms of validation. So we feel that the manual is a product of industry itself.
Thank you. Say name.
Thomas Maduku, two secretaries. I am going to engage with the political parties, the police, and maybe at the government level to maybe train them or educate them on how they can handle media. Because sometimes there are clashes between political parties and journalists, between values. So I think it's important for you to engage them. I don't know if I'm going to engage them. But they should be able to assist us or to work with us that problem.
Thank you for your remarks and observation, Mr. Maduku. You may actually want to know that the Zimbabwe Media Commission is actually in the process of organizing an all stakeholders endeavor, whereby the members that you have, members of the public that you have, identified, are also going to be invited and included. And during some of the training workshops, I think the Assistant Commissioner of Police, Assistant Commissioner Paul Nyati, has been very actively involved, but the Executive Secretary may actually want to add more information pertaining to the question that you have, that you've asked. Mr. Piri?
Thank you, Madam Chair. Like the Chair said, there's been a very active process of engaging the people that you are referring to. And particularly with the police, I think we're very happy that we're receiving very positive response. Even practitioners on the ground are reporting that they're finding greater support from ZRP in the work that they are doing. and some that were encouraging, not just for the elections, but even beyond that, to say that journalists are doing a very important job and they need protection and support from all stakeholders. Like the chair also said, we will be engaging political parties too, to say to them, when journalists are at work, they are just doing their job to inform the nation. They should not be harassed, they should not be intimidated, they should be embraced. But also the responsibility falls on the journalists to say, when that opportunity is given, let us use it professionally. Let us not use that opportunity to slander, to promote fake news, to push unnecessary agendas. So it's a two-way process. Stakeholders, please respect our journalists and they do their work. But also on the other hand, journalists, please respect our citizens, our readers. They deserve quality, professional information.
Yes, and can I just add that at the Commission we run an open door policy where we believe that journalists should be protected. If there are any issues, if you encounter any problems, please feel free to come here. This is your commission, and engage us if you're facing problems out there. We're always here.
And just to add, and reiterate on the point of exercising our journalistic work in a professional manner. I think, ladies and gentlemen, when you go out there to cover elections, let's go there as journalists, not as political activists. We have had cases whereby people attend rallies. You know, journalists go to attend rallies to provide coverage, but they are also embedded in the politics of that particular political party. I think the chairperson has spoken about, you know, our commitment to the security and safety of journalists. We are very much committed as a commission to the security and safety of journalists. But let us also be responsible as journalists when we go out there to provide coverage to election campaigns. Let's remain putting on our journalistic jackets and exercise or execute our work professionally without going into politics. Yes, we know you are also political animals, but let's remain professional. Kanata kuita zvema political parties top visa irejacketing because it's still within your rights as a citizen of this country to be involved in political work. But you can't do that when you are saying that you are doing your journalistic work as a professional. So politics, let's learn to separate our political activism and our journalistic work. Thank you.
My name is Daniel Chukwu from Open Paris Academy. It was reported in the media a few weeks ago that you are working on an initiative where journalists will need another accreditation to cover an election. How far is that initiative?
Yeah, let me say that there is work around that process, but let's communicate when it has been finalized. We hope that should be finalized. Unfortunately, because it's a policy matter, it's been handled at the ministry level. We then get policy direction. But for now, it's being worked at that level.
Okay, so because the question is, it's based on the fact that the election has been proclaimed and the nomination dates have been set. I think it's 16 days from now. So that we will prepare accordingly.
True. We hope it happens very soon. I think you'll appreciate that the Commission does not make law. The Commission implements law. So let's hope that those that are making the law will ensure that it is done quickly. But once it is done, then, and I think when the announcement was made, there was recognition of the fact that processes are already underway. So I think those that are doing it are very conscious of the agents of the matter.
Any more questions?
Yeah, so it's all systems go, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go out there. We are representing a very noble profession of journalism. Let's go there and be objective. Let's go there and remain professional in our conduct. We contribute immensely to a free and fair election in the work that we do.
And maybe just to add one last thing, ladies and gentlemen, and I think you've said this, we have an opportunity to contribute to the project called Zimbabwe.
Yeah.
We must ask ourselves what that contribution is. So as you put out that headline, ask yourself, is this headline really helpful? Is it not fanning violence? Is it not fanning divisions?
Yeah.
Am I not being sensational? And who benefits from it? We must look beyond sales and start thinking about Zimbabwe too. Beyond the elections, we will still be around, all of us. We will still be brothers and sisters, families, friends. So let's not have this short-term approach to saying it's elections, let's maximize at the expense of our bigger long-term relationships. That is our appeal. The Commission does not want to descend on anyone. It's unnecessary. We are simply saying, let us all act responsibly.
Yeah.
It is not our desire to be calling people and so on and so forth. We are saying journalists that have been trained properly are aware of the ethics, are aware of your responsibilities. Let's just do our work professionally.
And to conclude, this is a collective responsibility that we all shoulder to see to it that Project Zimbabwe remains credible, retains that dignity that it is always and should retain. We have no other country. And with those few remarks, I want to thank you all for gracing this event and wish you success as you go about your duties professionally. Well, thank you.